The night was unusually cold, the kind of cold that doesn't touch your skin first, but your bones. A thick fog rolled over the old cemetery, swallowing the cracked gravestones and crooked crosses one by one. The iron gates, rusted and half-broken, creaked softly in the wind, as if warning anyone foolish enough to enter. Daniel, a young man with a camera in his hand, pushed the gate open. He wasn't supposed to be there. The cemetery was abandoned decades ago, and the townsfolk spoke of it only in hushed voices. They said the dead there never rested, but Daniel was chasing stories for his horror channel. "It's just an old legend," he muttered to himself. 10 minutes of footage and I'm out." As he stepped inside, the fog seemed to thicken, and the night grew unnaturally quiet. No owls, no crickets, just silence. Then, the whisper started. At first, it was faint, like the wind brushing against his ear. "Leave, now." Daniel froze. He spun around, but the cemetery was empty. His flashlight flickered weakly, illuminating only the nearest gravestone, its inscription long erased. He shook his head, forcing a laugh. Probably just my mind playing tricks on me. But then he heard footsteps. Slow, heavy, dragging. From the far end of the cemetery, a shadow moved between the gravestones. Tall, hunched, and uneven in its gait, like a corpse learning how to walk again. Daniel's breath caught in his throat. He lifted his camera, zooming in through the fog. The figure was pale, its skin stretched tight, and its mouth hung open far wider than it should, whispering words that made no sense. The whisper wasn't alone anymore. All around him, from beneath the ground, voices began to rise. Hundreds of them, murmuring, chanting, whispering in unison. "Join us. The earth is waiting. You don't belong to the living anymore." The soil shifted under Daniel's feet. He stumbled back, his flashlight slipping from his hand. The beam rolled across the graves, and that's when he saw it. Hands, pale, dirt-stained hands clawing their way out of the ground. One grabbed his ankle, another clawed at his jacket. Daniel screamed, kicking wildly, but more hands kept reaching, pulling, dragging him down. The camera fell beside him, its red light still blinking, recording everything. Through the chaos, Daniel forced his gaze upward. The tall, pale figure was standing just a few feet away now. Its empty eyes locked on him, and in a voice that was not a whisper, but a guttural roar, it spoke. "You shouldn't have come here." The last thing the camera captured was Daniel's scream, cut short as the ground swallowed him whole. When the police found the camera weeks later, the footage ended there. They never found Daniel's body. But some nights, when the fog rolls heavy across the cemetery, locals swear they can hear his voice among the whispers, begging for someone to set him free.